480 feet high from the ground. What was inside this 4,500-year-old pyramid that researchers sent a robotic probe to explore remains unknown. The camera inside the pyramid came to an abrupt stop at a specific location because a substantial stone slab was blocking its path. Researchers strongly believe that there must be a concealed secret hidden behind this ancient slab, which has remained buried and undisturbed for the past 4.5 millennia. They had to know this secret at all costs. Therefore, they attached a drill machine in front of the robot, which made fine holes in the stone slab. Then a camera was sent inside these holes, which saw a scene beyond the slab that no one had seen in the past 4,500 years.
Welcome to Worldly TV.
To Egypt, which has a total of 138 high pyramids. They are majestic, having faced floods and many dangerous storms for thousands of years. But it is a miracle if even one of them still stands. The tallest and biggest pyramid is called the Great Pyramid of Giza, and the base area of this pyramid is 13 acres. That means, amazingly, not just 1 or 2, but whole 9 football fields can easily fit inside this pyramid. According to estimates, a total of 2.3 million huge stones were used in this pyramid, many of which weighed up to 50 tons. If we estimate the total weight, then the pyramid weighs around 60 lakh tons, which is equivalent to the weight of 12 Burj Khalifas. But what was the purpose of building such high and magnificent pyramids? How were the walls of these pyramids leveled inch by inch when thousands of years ago humans didn't even have any tools? How were 50-ton heavy stones cut into square shapes and transported up to 480 feet high without cranes? And what kind of engineers were involved in building these pyramids, who set all their sides to exactly a 51.5-degree angle, proving Earth's measurements? This you will know in today's video. So let's begin with challenge number 1. For many centuries, various research teams have been earnestly trying to understand the pyramid's construction techniques. How exactly were each side of the pyramid set to north, south, east and west without a compass? Many experts believe that the ancient architects first found such a land where the millions of heavy stones could be placed. Then, using polar stars, which helped determine the poles, each side of the pyramid was marked. No compass and no optical instruments. Just with this basic technique, thousands of years ago, the pyramid's directions were set, and that too with 0 errors. Challenge number 2 was leveling the ground. If the level of the 13-acre land where the pyramid was to be built was even slightly off, then it would have been impossible for this mountain of 2.3 million stones to stand. Now, to level this ground, the engineers of that time had neither a laser leveler nor a bubble level. Experts believe that the construction sites, they must have stood it up on all 4 sides, poured water into it and then matched the water levels from one side to another. Any part of the ground that didn't match the water level would have been leveled off by cutting with chisels and hammers. Many experts believe that the ancient Egyptians also utilized this straightforward tool, which was equipped with robust wooden bars on each side and a carefully positioned string precisely in the center. When the stone at the tool's end made contact with the ground and its string was perfectly aligned along the designated center line, it clearly signified that the foundation had been accurately and thoroughly leveled. Challenge 3. Now that the pyramid construction site had the direction set, markings done, and the ground level was set, it was time to start construction, which required millions of tons of heavy and large stones. But they had no grinders and no jackhammers to cut these stones. Nevertheless, they have cut even 50-ton heavy stones and also shaped them into squares or rectangles. But in the end, with whose help? Yes, it was just a single tool that was used to cut the stones. Experts believe that the chisels used in the construction of the pyramid were not made only of copper, because they knew that copper is soft and cannot cut stone. Therefore, arsenic was also included as a chemical. These chisels, made of copper and arsenic, were struck on the stones with wooden hammers, and after many hours of labor, large stones were shaped. Challenge number 4, now resolved. The cutting of this special type of stone, now called limestone, was being done in the city of Tora, 250 kilometers away from the pyramid construction site in Giza. The problem now was transporting each stone weighing 50 tons, equivalent to 50,000 kilograms, almost the weight of 3 passenger buses, and such 2.3 million stones had to be used in just one pyramid. To transport such heavy weight, neither animals could be useful then, nor were there carts available. Moreover, even in today's times, if this work had to be done, transport companies would require robust, tough infrastructure. This work was done with the help of workers and boats. Yes, the river between Tora and Giza was utilized and the stones were loaded into large boats and delivered to the pyramid site. Experts believe that this work was not easy. Loading and unloading such large stones in ships must have involved an army of at least 500 laborers at the same time. Experts teams researching the pyramid construction had now found answers to many of their questions. But one thing kept troubling them. The limestone was not only cut and transported but also began to be stacked one on top of another during construction. The issue was how the stones were lifted to such heights. Many experts believe that this was planned before the pyramid's construction. Either they were raised via spiral tracks or in a zigzag manner. But it is certain that 50,000 kg stones were dragged up with the help of an army of laborers. It's not just about millions of workers. Cutting limestone with chisels and transporting such large stones was not the only thing. Within the pyramid, compartments were also made with pathways and several small tunnels. Everything else was fine, but one thing puzzled the experts. The stones used inside the compartments were not limestone but granite. Yes, granite is a stone considered the second hardest in the world after diamonds. Even in the modern era, granite cannot be cut without large grinders. Archaeological experts from around the world have visited the pyramids, but no one could figure out how the Egyptians cut such solid granite-like stones so precisely 4,500 years ago. Finally, after many years, experts solved this mystery. The Egyptians cut granite so precisely using a type of saw that did not have teeth. Yes, this saw without teeth was operated by applying weight on both sides and running it over the granite, with sand placed in between. Experts believe that cutting such large stones using this method took about 4 months. After all, what was the purpose of building the pyramids? How many workers worked simultaneously to construct these pyramids? And when a robotic camera drilled a hole in the stone slabs inside the pyramid, what scene does it capture that no one has seen in the past 4,500 years? You can learn all this and more in part 2 of this video. Thank you very much for your love-filled comments and likes. See you in the next amazing part of the video.